Good morning, y'all. This is my first take on Zooming with Kaymitch. I have a very special guest with me today. I'm excited to have her on call. I'm excited about this journey, sharing her journey and our journeys together to allow us to help younger athletes, and hopefully she'll be on soon. So let's get ready. There she is. Let's go ahead.
What's up?
Hey,
Oh,
is it showing?
there we go.
There you go. Welcome, Izzy. Thank you
Oh
for
no, I can't. Okay, here we go. I got you.
having me. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you for
What's
joining.
up, Mitch?
Happy to have you on this call today. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
All right, for people that may not know you, can you kind of introduce yourself, give your hometown, classification, what school you're attending?
Yeah, so I'm Izzy Higginbottom. I'm from Batesville, Arkansas, and I'm going to be a junior at Arkansas State University this year.
Yes, yes. All right, I'm gonna just hop on to it a little bit. I'm gonna kind of go over your accolades a little bit in high school. I gotta do my research on my people.
Okay.
So coming out of high school, you was ranked on ESPN, the 20th ranked point guard. You were 2019 MVP and state championship winner at Arkansas at Batesville. And then you scored 57 points in the state game. Was it like the quarterfinals of your 2021 year?
Yes, quarterfinals. Yep, senior year.
Points. I would have hated to see you that day.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. Okay, so starting off, coming from high school to Missouri, how was your mental transition and your thought process of, coming to a big SEC school as a freshman?
Yeah, at the time, I felt like my transition was going pretty well. I thought it was smooth. I felt like I was seeing success in practice, but as the year just kind of went along, I really could have done a better job mentally because I know for me, and I think a lot of freshmen, like we just put a lot of pressure on ourselves to like go in right away and see success and perform to the best that or like to the ability that we know we have. So I think as the year progressed, I my mental like my mindset was a lot better towards the end of the season and I saw a lot more success, but just it was a transition because I just knew what I'd done previously, but just not I put too much pressure on myself. So that was really the mental challenge that I had as a freshman.
Mhm. Just, yeah, dealing with high expectations for ourselves and from others, naturally it just comes, but I can definitely understand that part. And then you also having to kind of start back over. You're starting fresh, being a freshman, of course, and then having to deal with, you got study hall, you have classes, you got
Yeah.
workouts, extra workouts, and it might be different in high school. It's not that demanding as it is in college. So I can,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so after your freshman year, you transferred back home to ASU. What changed kind of mentally to where like you just kind of wanted to come back home and start over? And so how was
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, I think I just from freshman year, or especially towards the end of freshman year, I had matured a lot mentally. Like I'd grown up a lot. So my mindset was just different as a sophomore. I wasn't really result driven. I was just excited to be home playing for my home state. So it was just more like I fell more in love with the work. I fell more in love with the process. So like having that kind of mindset shift. From where I was kind of measuring myself based off performance and like results, to just, focusing on the work, doing my best every day and living with the results. I think that was the biggest mindset shift for me. And I saw a lot of success from that.
That's good. That's good. Like I said, the game of basketball is supposed to be fun. Enjoy it. We are always goal driven. We want to reach our goal, but sometimes like it's not always just about that.
Yeah.
It's about enjoying it and kind of getting what you can out of it and learning as you go. So that's
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
And also want to ask, like, how do you deal with self-doubt or like doubt from others? How do you kind of retrain your mind to like, hey, let me snap out of this?
Hmm. Yeah, I think like even though I've matured a lot mentally, you still have those times where you kind of creep back into a like we all experience self-doubt here and there. So like in those times and like when I feel like other people are doubting me and I just kind of focus on what I said earlier, just getting back to the work, regardless of the circumstance, whether I'm seeing success or whether I'm kind of struggling at the moment, just kind of focusing on getting to work. You know, after a loss, get back to work. After a win, get back to work. And that's really just where my confidence stems from.
That's great. That's great. So you had a very successful sophomore year and you were named the Sunbelt Conference newcomer of the year. And that's the first one at ASU since 1999. So how was that getting that huge accolade, coming and performing your first year at ASU? And how was that for you?
Yeah, that was a really cool feeling, a great feeling. It just felt nice because I knew I'd put in a lot of work every day last season. So just to kind of see that pay off was really cool. But also I think it was a testament to that mindset shift that we talked about earlier because that wasn't something I was thinking about at the beginning of the season. I was just, wanting to enjoy basketball. I wanted to win. I wanted to help my team win and it worked out for me in the end.
Man, that is so awesome. That's a huge accolade and that's very rewarding, I'm pretty
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah.
All right. So, any advice that you have to yourself this coming up season? Like, what is something that if you was to write a letter, like, what would you tell upcoming Izzy on this season,
Yeah.
mentally wise? Just
Yeah. I've actually been preaching kind of a few things to myself all off season to kind of carry over into next season. And I think like one of the biggest things for me is just being present. Not getting ahead of myself, not thinking about the future, the results, where we want to be. Like we obviously every team wants to win a conference championship, but just you got to kind of focus on the process instead of the end goal. So just for me being present, controlling what I can control.
that's
We all that's a huge one, absolutely. So we have ups and downs. It's game of basketball is like this when
right.
you're experiencing success. So you succeed, you fail, but just controlling what you can control. And like I said, living with the results, knowing you put in the work and living with the results. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. And also ignoring the hype and the hate because I read that somewhere recently, like ignore the hype and the hate because they're both distractions. And like I said earlier, just get back to work no matter what.
Mhm. That's amazing. Like not letting our highs get too high, not letting our lows get too low, just kind of staying at this steady pace level, not letting other things and external things ignore us from, like you said, our work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's something else I've learned like this past season. Calmness is like a superpower. So
Yeah.
like being able to stay level headed, calm no matter what's going on around you, I think is a huge thing for me.
Yes, absolutely agree. Lastly, do you have any advice for upcoming hoopers, women hoopers, high schoolers, even people now that's in college, like any advice, mental advice for them?
Yeah, I would definitely say something I've learned and advice I would give to other athletes and young ones coming up is just enjoy life. Like, don't take what you're doing too seriously all the time. It's okay to take care of business, but have some fun, have a laugh. You got to be able to have fun with what you're doing. So, also, I mean, obviously work, put in the work, but also have fun because, like you said earlier, we tend to, as college athletes, become performance driven. And that's not what sports was created or intended for us to surround ourselves in. It was created for us to have fun. And I think that's what we all started playing for is because we loved it, because we had fun with it. So I think young ones just remember that as you're getting older and getting into college.
Hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, y'all hear that, younger athletes? Y'all heard it from the best. Like, yes, absolutely. Thank you for being on my Zoom call today, Zooming with Kaymitch, First Take. I reached out to you. I really wanted you to be the first one because, we had conversations before about this and being mentally led and everything. So I really appreciate you, and I'll be in touch, and I hope you have a great first season. I mean, not first season, but next upcoming season, so.
I appreciate you having me.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot.
I'll talk to you soon.
All
All
right,
right.
see ya.